So this fly was initially shown to me by Dave Mee when he was the manager for the England Youth World Team when I was a team member quite a few years ago. That was now, and it's a really great pattern for trout and grayling, and it's particularly effective on the River Dee, which is where the name of the fly comes from. And this is a variant of the original fly, which I like to use. So we've got our size 14 jig hook, silver bead, and actually for this fly, silver bead is the colour of choice, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It's just what I like to use. And for the tail, we can use any barred feather, but I quite like one with a little bit of structure to it. So I've got my trusty white and black barred feather. So then for the rib of the fly, we've got this, well, what it should be is a fine mylar, pearl or opal, but what I'm using is a stretched out piece of the, I can never remember what it's called, it's sort of a straggly thing. Anyway, and we stretch it out and tie it in. You just want something that's, got a bit of glint in it and is quite fine. So we've then tied that in, and we're going to get some hair for the body. Now for this, you don't have to use hair. I think originally we tied it with a sort of cream coloured possum. Just any light coloured dubbing works well. A nice light body on the fly. Some hair would probably be too dark for this. And again, we're going to try and build a nice tape on the body. So we're going to slightly overdub this fly, because when you rib it, you create a nice segmented body, and then you can dub it out and make it nice and buggy. So we're going to put a fair amount of material in there. So then we're going to rib it, create that nice segmentation, and we're going to secure that rib in. And before we cut the rib, we will do our velcroing. Now, I never cut off the rib before stripping out the fibres, because often you can catch the rib with the velcro and it pulls it out, and then you have to start the fly all over again. So leave your rib and cut it off after you've done it. Then we're going to get some Hens 46 and the orange one, and we're going to take a little bit of orange and a little bit of peacock, and we're going to mix them together. And we do that by just putting them next to each other and tearing them up together, and that will just mix them up a bit. And you really don't need much for the thorax here, but again, we will slightly overdub it so that we can pull the fibres out afterwards. I don't know whether having the orange in there makes a big difference, but I like it, and I have noticed that maybe I catch a few more fish when it's like that. So we've whip finished, and then we're just going to pull out the fibres in the thorax there. I like to pull them forwards and then brush them back, and then pinch them down. So there we go. That's the Dee Nymph variant. If you've got any questions, ask in the comments. Thanks very much.